are such an asshole.
Got a short little fan mail here, but it's a little insightful, a little funny here too. Uh, as per your latest video regarding fan mail on April 14th, 2013, 2013, or you mean 2023, you're not being throttled. Men are just depressed as F. I do some work with the VA and work on the side, helping men not eat bullets. Keep talking, keep broadcasting. The men, they're limping along. Many stand back once they find you. So please keep talking, keep broadcasting. You fucking fuck. Signed off anonymously, K. And let me, maybe it'll help your clients because it sounds like you're working more frontline than I am. And for any of you who happen to be sad or depressed, because I think not too long ago, we talked about the red pill and self deletion. I ain't going anywhere. And it's not because I ain't going anywhere. You guys are my brothers. It's like, no, I ain't going anywhere because what else am I going to do? And it's not a flippant or indifferent statement, nor it is a very bold statement. It's a very accurate assessing of reality statement. What else are you going to do? What else am I going to do? Like now, if things outside of my control, whatever, I get deplatformed, doxxed, whatever, the debanked, depersonal, okay, fine. Then I got to go figure out something to do. But what else would I do with my life? Now, here I'm eternally thankful that whatever hellish path I took ended up here. It's like, oh, this is different. And it beats the worst day of my life now beats the best day of banking. I was even being sad and mopey in the bed where I'm like, I got all this work. I got to do a podcast. I got to go fly somewhere. I get all this work done. I got to answer questions. My girlfriend's like, here I am lying in bed. My girlfriend naked, got my coffee, and I'm all mopey. Like, if this was any other job I ever had in my life before, I'd be showering with a fraction of the sleep I got. I'd be hopping in some cold as tits car in Minnesota, firing up because I couldn't afford a garage. I'd be going to this bank where these cocksucking mother effing boomer scum would constantly bitch and whine because their clients that they had applied for a loan didn't make enough money, but that was somehow my fault. And then I'd go and the little bits of brightness was teaching dance class, and maybe a girl would make bad enough decisions that I might get laid over a course of time. And then the sun would set at about 4:14, 4:15. The temperatures would drop below 20, below zero. And then I'd have all the people in the community and culture reminding me that I'm the bad guy because I'm a Republican and white male and made money. And it's just kind of like, well, what else would I? No, I'm not going back to that. I'm never going back to that. But hearing you think I'm going somewhere, you think I'm gonna like just up like F this crap. But it's not only is it juxtaposing a horrible situation in the past with a much better situation in the present, it brings up the philosophical question. I'm like, well, what else are you gonna do? And that's one thing that I think would fight depression and self-deletion and everything, because generally speaking, men have been dealt not a blow, but a perpetual and consistent blow of not being needed, of an existential crisis. I'm making it very short. But the other sex generally doesn't want you. There's some girls out there, in times past they would have because we were forced, because women need them. Now you're finding out that the whole thing that happened, the entire existence of the human planet, women don't want you anymore, don't want you anywhere near the amount that they used to. All right. And then you're sad because, yes, that would normally give you family, love, reason, purpose, and existence. But it doesn't change the fact that you're here. And that's a blessing and a curse a lot of time. Like, you didn't have a say as to whether you're here. And you sure as hell didn't have a say as to who you were born to and what era you were born into. Some people are lucky. They're born into nuclear families where the mom and dad actually love each other, keep it together, and your dad invests in you and your mom invests in you as well. Some of people were lucky where they came back from World War II, and there was a bunch of hot chicks that were like just thankful to have a man. Okay, we didn't get that luck. The vast majority of men, even if you were born into wealth, you were born definitely at the wrong time when it comes to the grandiose human point and purpose and existence and reason of living. For whatever reason, women got to be in their bonnet. They don't want anything to do with you anymore, generally speaking, not saying all. And that's sad, and that's not right, and you should be depressed because why the hell you here? I get it. I get it. Now, let's flip it around. Turn that frown upside down. I want to punch people that said that. You are here, right? Wasn't there a movie? I think it was one of those psychopathic murderer movies where the guy, it's not Walter White. It wasn't that, but it was similar where the guy found out he had a terminal disease, but he wasn't disabled, and then went on just this murder revenge spree. He's even monologuing to the audience in the beginning. I realized that I was going to die, but I wasn't weak. I wasn't impaired. What the hell was that movie? Well, anyway, I'm not saying that like now is the time to go on a psychopathic murdering rampage. Quite the opposite. You're here. Beforehand, you didn't exist. There was no you. There wasn't you floating in the ethereal clouds, waiting on deck for your parents to have sex. And then God said, okay, they had sex. Go. There was none of that. You didn't exist. And now you're here. Now you have sentience, which can be a curse being brought this sentience being brought into existence at the wrong place and the wrong people in the wrong time. That doesn't change the fact that you're here and now you're in the game. And this is where I'm all about independent thought and making your own decisions. Blood is not thicker than water. You have every right to leave your environment. And while you have every right to bemoan that as a sentient entity, you were given this programming and incentives and instincts to want something that you just aren't statistically are very unlikely going to have. And the environment we're born into is absolutely mentally ill in the West, where it's just like, oh my God, you people worship the most horrific and wrong things. And you're all assholes too. That's enough. Don't think most people are these horribly worthless human beings. I mean, you should be a misanthrope. You should hate your kind by this time. But you're here. And so it gives everyone the same question, like, well, what are you going to do? I got nothing better to do. What about you? You want to go have some fun? And whether I could perfectly understand if you want to do vice and drugs and play your video games and jerk off to the prawn and maybe get yourself the girlfriend experience. I would advocate more healthy choices like going out on adventuring, motorcycle riding, van life, hiking, climbing, swimming, traveling, whatever else. I'd advocate intellectual pursuits like try nuclear physics. Why not try program? Go do this, go do that, pick up ballroom dance, something, anything. But you're here. And every day you wake up, you got to figure out what you're going to do with that day. And it can be a chore of misery and pain and and how unfair and how unjust, no matter how right you are. Or you can wake up and say, yeah, you know what? I'm going to go do something worthwhile today. I'm going to go do something, period, today. You have to do something unless you're going to end it. You got to do something. And obviously, because of the laws of physics, calories of energy, you need to work. You need to earn the money to pay someone to grow the food to feed you and build the clothing and the shelter. It's economics in a sentence. But after that, like, yeah, go have some. And for me, like, yeah, I'm not going anywhere. What else would I do? Like, literally, what else would I do? So I appreciate the fan mail. I don't worry, I'll still be here. But in that question, well, what else would I do? Apply to you. Well, what else would you do? And maybe some other options because you. And another thing, the ultimate thing that gives that question teeth, that forces you is like you have to figure out something to do, even if you're the most degenerate welfare collecting douchebag. Well, I'll take an example. Like I guess there were some kids that rioted on a beach in Chicago, some teenagers. Like you woke up. You said, what am I going to do? I'm going to go down to the beach and riot. Or maybe they didn't say that, but it formed into one. All right, you figured out something to do. Well, they went to bed. A couple hundred of them went to bed. Guess what? Same freaking question. Same one. It's presented very clearly in the movie Groundhog Day with Bill Murray. What are you going to do today? Well, I'll tell you what I'm not going to do. I'm not going to do nothing. So everyone is compelled, like, well, might as well do this. And if you start doing certain things, I'm not saying eat your broccoli, major in engineering, hit the gym. I mean, yeah, it's going to obviously improve your life. But if you avoid the really bad mistakes of what you're going to do, your life will over time get better. And there you go. So, if you say, well, there's nothing better to do, you're like, you're right. Maybe go to the library, pick up a book, enjoy a good movie, something. So that's it. All right, any super chats? Oh, we got one. Swallow Blue is back in the house. $2. Hardest problem is to keep not caring. Yep. But after a while, I'm kind of curious about that, Swallow. Like, once you don't care, once you understand why you shouldn't care, because I'll give you the short answer. Most people are not going to reciprocate your investment in them, whether that's a personal interest, a psychological interest, an emotional interest. Like, what do you care? Really, like, to me, I don't care. I really don't care about other human beings. I just don't. I'm truly apathetic, not psychotic. I don't want to see people suffer or sadist. Well, there's a piece of me that enjoys seeing people suffer because they're stupid. Like, well, you did it to yourself. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. You're younger than me, Swallow. You'll develop a cynicism. You'll develop a distaste, a dislike for your fellow human being, because not because you're evil, but because they're stupid and they're bad people. Not horrifically evil, just stupid and bad. And you'll be like, yeah, okay, have fun. Like all my friends back, I can't wait to move out of Minnesota. Like, why don't you? I don't care. I don't care. And those are good people. There's another one. We had another one here. Scrolling. AGB, $5. What's your thoughts on using unsecured debt credit cards to do bro it up and get the girls, then declare bankruptcy? I'm 5'5", by the way. Not because your finances would take about 7 years to recover before you be lent money again. So it's not exactly the worst thing for you to do in that way. The thing is that will affect your employability. That's what's going to happen. And to be perfectly honest, look, why do people do bro it up? They do bro up so they can get the girls. So for a fraction of all that debt, why don't you just go pay to get laid? You want to get laid? Well, go get laid. Fly out to Vegas, get a bus, the Virgin Destruction Tour bus 2023. Go out to Pahrump, go to the bunny ranches they got out there, get laid, fly home. Or if you happen to be in a different country where it's legal, there you go. But that's a very self-damaging, destructive, and inefficient way for you to dude, think about this. You go buy the car and the shirts and the clothes, right? You still got to go talk to these girls. There's so much labor lost in that. I mean, you might have the greatest clothes and the greatest car, but just because you got a Ferrari doesn't mean the girl's going to suck your dick. I'm saying without all that, without impairing your finances, just for whatever, $1,000 max, hop on a Spirit airline flight, go drive out to Pahrump, set up an appointment with the girls out there, get laid, and then go back to your regular life. That'd be a much less costly time-wise, certainly, and financially. Way to do that. Shark Taws, $10. Hey, Cappy, just dropping in to check on everyone's resident AO. How's the book? What book? The book I was going to write, but I don't have time because they did the Dad You Never Had course instead. That was my book this year. That was my project. Because I did some analysis. I'm like, actually, I think this is more in demand. And then with all the people I have coming in with asshole consulting, asking questions, I'm like, okay, here's the solution to your specific problem. But because you have that specific problem, you likely have other problems. So why don't you consider taking this course? And then I could save my voice essentially. Because I got to start watching well, you guys remember last year, kind of lost my voice a couple times there. So this way, instead of talking 12 hours, here's a 12-hour course you could take If you guys are interested, if you want guidance, life, you know, the course, The Dad You Never Had, it's on Teachable. You could search it, you'll find it. But that was my book. There was another book I was going to write, and I will write it. I'm done. I'm burnt out. That course, you record a course for 12 hours, put together the PowerPoint, rehearse each chapter. Oh, it was a lot of work. Now I got to fly out. Not that I don't mind this, but I got to fly to Miami. Maybe on Fresh and Fit's show on May 1st. And it's one thing flying from like Minneapolis or something, but from Vegas, it's a 4.5 hour flight out there. But coming back, because you got headwinds, it's 5.75 hours. And I'm like, damn. And that is such a long time. Even I dropped the extra cash on getting a seat with extra leg room. It was still Spirit Airlines. The whole round trip still only cost me like $380. But I got, and then come, I got to go to Wisconsin to do family crap. Okay, I'll make you all happy. Don't come to South Dakota or nothing. Let's go to this mosquito-infested area by a lake in Wisconsin. All right, here we go. I have to go visit a group of people, several people in Wisconsin. But then, June 11th or 12th, I'm in South Dakota, and I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to sit on my ass. I'm going to enjoy South Dakota. I might drive out to Montana, do some hiking. I might go to Wyoming and avoid the hicks in the trailer park and the meth labs and go do some hiking in the Bighorn Mountains. But I'm not. I'm going to do. I'll be here. Don't worry. I'm not going anywhere. I'll still do the work. We'll still have Asshole Consulting. Still do podcasts, but I am not writing no more books, and I do got to fly out overseas. A lot of work. Trying to back away from it. Anything else? We have super chats. I know you just sound a little down, and maybe everyone need a little pick me up. Shark Taw's $2. The book I sent you on Audible. Oh, Shark Taw's. Let me be like, yeah, I got it. How's the book? The book. Okay, never mind. I answered a completely wrong question. The book's there. I haven't gotten to it. Boom. All right. We'll see you guys later. Link below, assholeconsulting.com. Toodles.